Welcome again to my back porch as we continue on with this COVID-19 altered book. So we've already gone through some of the stuff that I've done already. Cover's finished. I actually used a chip clip to hold my book open so that I can work. I don't have my regular clips that I have available in school, but this works just fine. Paper clip or some kind of thing will help hold your book open for you. So for this next section, I'm going to be using a technique called collage. And you could use images out of magazines. You could use printouts, which is what I'm going to be doing today. So I printed out images about my first 2 weeks, in this crisis. So this is kind of like how I get by, what brings me comfort. That's kind of my theme for this particular page spread. And remember, the assignment is for a full page spread. We're not looking for one page and then another page. Though you could do that, I'm assigning for my students that this needs to be a full page spread, so it's a little bit larger to work. So I picked a picture of me out in the garden. My tree that I thought was dead is flowering. You can see my hose out here because I've got 4 planting beds going. So that's kind of how I get my exercise during the day as I go out and I enjoy working in the garden. Here's my planting beds again. We got our blackberries over here and our fruiting trees. The other thing that I've been doing is learning about recipes, and I use a lot of YouTube to kind of find them. So I learned how to make falafel. I love Middle Eastern food. I used to live in the Middle East for a couple of years, teaching in Africa, in Egypt specifically. So I made my own bread, made my own tahini sauce and falafels. So I was very proud of that. It was not very hard to do, but it's a new process for me. This was from yesterday in my garden. I saw that my bean sprouts are starting to come up. Here's a little bit of shopping that we did because they said you need to have 30 days supply in your house, and my stocked cupboard. I've never before bought 15-pound bags of flour, but we have it. Lots of tomatoes so I can make pizzas because I just love pizza. And I've also been learning how to make bread, and one particular difficult bread is sourdough bread. So I've been experimenting with that. You have to grow your own yeast in the kitchen for about 10 days. So that's kind of what that's about. I was able to go in my school very briefly to just pick up a few quick supplies. I didn't get everything I needed, but this is kind of the empty school, so that reminds me of what it is that I'm thinking about and what I'm missing. Learning how to make cookies. So these are, what are those? The Nutter Butter. I took Nutter Butter cookies, crushed them up, and then put them inside of chocolate chip cookies. I thought that'd be fun. And then here's some of my homemade bread, sliced apples and bananas, and some coffee and tea. So learning how to do all of this stuff has been a big change in my life. So I'm going to cut these out. And if you don't happen to have scissors, you can rip them out, and that's fine too. We have rough edges can represent a rough, difficult time. And I actually may do a little bit of both. Gluing it down, there's no wrong glue to use. You can use Elmer's glue. You can use a glue stick. If you don't have that and you have hot glue, you can use that. Rubber cement is a good glue because it stops papers from wrinkling. I'll be using a spray glue because I happen to have a can of that at home, so I just spray the back and cut them out like stickers and put them in. But I said I might rip some out, and I think I am going to do that. You can also, if you don't have any glue but you do have paint, you can pick like white paint or pretty much any color and put that down there. If you're not able to print out something, again, magazines, newspapers are ways to go. Different themes you could explore is where would you like to be? Because this happened during and over spring break. So a lot of people were planning on traveling. Maybe you would make, a set of pictures to kind of represent where it was that you wanted to go, and then save it for when this is all over and you guys will go there. So that's what I'll be doing. You can click on the next video and you'll see how it comes out, because I'm not going to show you this process. It's pretty easy. You cut and paste and put it all together to make a picture. I did frame my pages. Last time we stapled. This time I found some aluminum tape from a roofing job I had to complete on my house. So I just kind of put that on there and wrapped it around the edge of the page. I like that it makes this kind of silvery border. You could use duct tape, scotch tape, any kind of tape at all. Or you can staple, or you can glue, or you can sew, or put holes in it and run shoestrings through it, whatever you want to create chunks of pages. So that's where I'm at. Continue to go through your project and and all we need to see is one section in a week. So what I'm going to do in one day, because I can stay focused and I'm pretty good at what I do, that would be considered 1 week of work from my students. So your own teacher may have some different requirements, but that's what I'm assigning for my students. Thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell so you get more updates when I upload a video. Thank you.